routine operation of a healthcare unit or the routine care of a client.
Variances typically involve potential or actual harm, either to the client, a visitor, or an employee, and some degree of risk to the institution. A variance or incident report is completed even when there is no apparent injury. It is a means of documenting situations for which the institution is potentially liable. Most institutions have a specific documentation form to use for this purpose. Incident reports are also intended to promote improvements in care. They are administrative records required by federal law so that agencies can identify unsafe patterns and correct them. The healthcare provider who witnessed the incident should complete the report in full detail as soon as possible after the occurrence. If a person is injured, the nurse must first ensure the person's safety. A physician will then examine the person to determine if any injury has occurred. The incident report should only include objective data. When appropriate, the client's view of what happened should be reported, using the client's own words. Like all legal documents, the report should be legible and factual, and should report exactly what the nurse observes and administers in the way of care. It should be worded so that blame is not assigned. Although the incident should be documented on the client's chart, the nurse should not document in the medical record that an incident report was written. Each institution will establish a policy that specifies to whom the report is submitted. Many healthcare agencies have a risk management department. Risk management attempts to analyze problems and minimize losses after a client care error is documented. These losses include financial loss as a result of malpractice or the cost of an extended length of stay for the client. Additional losses include negative public opinion and employee dissatisfaction. Risk management departments have several functions. They identify situations that place the agency at some financial risk. They also determine the frequency of occurrences and investigate identified events. Furthermore, they identify potential risk and opportunities to improve care. The nurse is also a risk manager. Through minimizing risks and providing care for clients, the nurse reduces the possibility that clients will be financially and emotionally devastated by inappropriate care. The nurse also helps the institution avoid lawsuits by ensuring a safe environment of care. Common occurrences that require incident reports are client falls, accidental needle stick injuries, illness or injury of visitors, medication administration errors, accidental omission of ordered therapies, and carelessness during a procedure that led to injury or risk for the client. Let's take a look at an incident report written by a nurse who had never prepared one before. He asks another nurse to check it before he submits it. It starts out well enough, with the client's name, where the incident happened, and the date and time of occurrence. In the area where the nurse must describe how the incident happened, he wrote, "I heard a thump, and when I entered the room, I saw that the client had fallen out of bed, and I had just told her to call for help before getting out of bed." Well, the report must be more objective than that. Something like, "I heard a noise, and when I entered the room, I saw the client sitting on the floor beside the bed." Next, the nurse wrote the exact words that the client said to him and put them in quotation marks, which is fine. It reads, "The client stated, 'I was trying to sit in the chair. I know you told me to call for help, but I didn't want to bother you. I knew you were busy.'" In the section for documenting injuries, the nurse wrote, "The client stated, 'I am not hurt, and I couldn't see any bruises or scrapes.'" He went on to document her vital signs, which he took immediately after finding her on the floor. That took care of documenting the nurse's assessment findings. The nurse also wrote that he notified the physician, who was coming by in about 1 hour. The next question on the report is, how could this incident have been prevented? The nurse wrote that he would have the nursing assistant check on the client more often, so that she doesn't try to get out of bed without help. He also wrote that he will remind his client every time he sees her that it is important to call for help if she needs it. That is all there is to writing an incident report. The nurse signed it and gave it to the supervisor, who will send it on to the appropriate risk managers. They will track all incidents and try to develop ways to prevent future occurrences. Ensuring clients' rights is an ever-evolving phase of nursing practice that has become increasingly standardized and regulated, federally as well as by accrediting agencies. Many organizations have prepared statements detailing client rights. In addition, each healthcare agency must display the American Hospital Association's document entitled A Patient's Bill of Rights in a public area. On admission to a healthcare facility, clients are typically given a pamphlet listing their rights. Back in 1998 in the United States, the Advisory Commission on Consumer Protection and Quality in the Healthcare Industry issued a Consumer Bill of Rights and Responsibilities. This is a blueprint for protecting consumers and improving quality of care. Many health plans, including all federal government-sponsored plans, have adopted these general principles. Clients have the right to receive accurate and easily understood information. Assistance must be provided to any client who speaks another language, has difficulty communicating, or has a physical or mental disability. Clients have the right to access health care. In an emergency, clients have the right to receive care in an emergency department of a hospital, whether or not that hospital is designated as one of the insurance carrier's preferred providers. Clients have the right to be informed of all treatment options and to participate in decisions about their care. The client may choose a parent, guardian, family member, or other individual as a representative if the client cannot make informed decisions. Clients have the right to considerate, respectful, and non-discriminatory care. Clients may perform cultural practices as long as the practice does not harm the client or others. Clients can expect an objective review of any complaint against physicians, hospitals, or healthcare staff. This includes complaints about waiting times, operating hours, staff conduct, and the adequacy of the facility. Clients may review their medical records and receive a copy. If a client believes a medical record is not accurate, the client can request that the record be amended. Clients also have the right to refuse care. Based on the ethical principle of autonomy, any competent client may refuse care. Clients can expect confidentiality. No information about them or from their medical record may be shared with anyone not directly involved in their care. Based on the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, clients have the right to request that an organization does not confirm the client's presence in that facility. The right of confidentiality includes protection of the client's privacy. All healthcare organizations must honor the client's right to give or to refuse to give informed consent. Informed consent requires a full disclosure of the potential significant risks, benefits, and alternatives available. Clients can expect all healthcare providers to act as their advocates. Advocacy involves more than just maintaining a safe environment for the client and taking steps to prevent injury from possible adverse effects of treatment. As an advocate, the nurse protects the client's human and legal rights and provides assistance in asserting those rights if the need arises. The nurse may also defend clients' rights in a general way by speaking out against policies or actions that might endanger clients' well-being or interfere with their rights. Here's a take-home assignment for you. The next time you are in a healthcare facility, either as a student, an employee, or a consumer, find out about the institution's communication policies and procedures. Who can give out information about clients, and to whom? And what can they give out?
Advance directives are legal documents providing direction for how a client would like to be treated when the client cannot speak for himself or herself. In 1990, the Patient Self-Determination Act became law in the United States. It requires that all people receiving medical care in a health care agency recognized by Medicare and Medicaid be given written information about their legal rights to make health care decisions, including the right to accept or refuse medical or surgical treatment. Clients must be provided with information about their right to formulate advance directives, such as a living will, or to appoint someone to speak for them through a durable power of attorney for health care. Clients' wishes must be documented in their medical records. If a client does not wish to make an advance directive, that must also be documented. The nurse has an ethical obligation to assist, promote, and support client decision making, to support clients' rights to information about advanced